So, who or what is leaving an impression on you? Hey friends, it's Pastor Mike from Fellowship Church. Always love to connect with you midweek. Hope you're trying to stay cool in the midst of this warm weather. Certainly is hot outside. Hope you know that we love you, pray for you, care for you. That question for you again, who or what is leaving an impression upon you and upon your family? Little history lesson here. Back in the 1930s, a couple of gentlemen whose names I don't remember were working for a company that produced cleaning products, and they were working very specifically on a product that could be used to remove coal dust from wallpaper. That's right, back in the days when they were burning coal to heat homes, they had wallpaper on the walls. That coal burning would produce a dust, fine dust. It would collect on wallpaper, so they were looking for some cleaning solutions. And they came up with something that was almost kind of putty-like. And this putty could be then used to remove the coal dust from the wallpaper. Well, as you might guess, as time went by, people stopped using coal to heat their homes, and wallpaper fell out of vogue a little bit as well, so these gentlemen were looking for something else to do with this compound. By the 1950s, somebody realized that, hey, this could be a great educational tool. We'll market it to schools and other companies that produce educational supplies, and the business was booming from there on in. Today, we might call this Play-Doh. It comes by a number of other names as well. You can even make this stuff in your home. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, we not only had Play-Doh, but we had the Play-Doh Fun Factory, which was a great draw for children to come to our house and play with the Play-Doh Fun Factory. I'll bet you had Play-Doh as a kid. Maybe your kids still have it today. But there's Play-Doh, originally something used to clean coal dust from wallpaper, and now it's something that kids of all ages can use just to mold and shape. Create all kinds of shapes, create all kinds of things. The thing about Play-Doh, in all of its colors, all of its forms, regardless of who made it, is that you can leave an impression upon it. Play-Doh is soft enough that I can push my finger into it and leave a mark. And the interesting thing about Play-Doh is the mark stays. It doesn't bounce back to its original position. I can remold it again and push my finger into it all over again, and it always leaves what I would call an impression. Okay, Pastor Mike, where are you going with all of this? Well, in Deuteronomy chapter 6, when God is speaking to Moses so that Moses could speak to the people of Israel, God is speaking about his law, his instructions, the way that he wants to see life lived. And he says to the Israelites, take these instructions and impress them upon your children. Now, there's a couple of thoughts I have from that. First of all, that's God's way of saying children are impressionable. You already knew that. They're capable of being molded, shaped, and formed. Children are impressionable. They just come that way. And here's a question for you. I wonder who's impressing your children, or what kind of an impression they're having upon your children. I wonder what marks they're leaving in your children, and I wonder if those marks are all good marks. You get to decide who's impressing your children. But here's another question for you, another thought. In the book of Jeremiah, God describes us, adults, as being like clay in the hands of a potter, God being the potter, of course. So God says that even those of us who are adults and have been living on planet Earth for a while, we also can be molded and shaped into all kinds of things. God says, I am the potter, meaning I want to be the one who's putting his hands upon you and shaping you into something meaningful and beautiful. So my question for you is, who's got your hands upon you these days? Who's impressing things upon you? Who has a plan upon your life? And is that a good plan or a not so good plan? Do you allow godly, mature people to have an impression upon you so that the impression that they have upon you is a Christ-like impression? Or are you allowing others in this world that we live in to have an impression upon you in such a way that isn't exactly godly? Friends, you and I, adults, kids, in some ways, we're all like Play-Doh or clay. We can all be molded and shaped and formed. I wonder who's molding you these days, and I wonder who you're molding as well. Friends, that's a great analogy in my mind. I hope it helps you as well. Just know that we love you, and we pray for you. We care for you. We're so grateful we had such a great week of Vacation Bible School around here. We hope you're having a wonderful summer. Know that we love you and pray for you. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.